I mean,
Because you originally were like trying to do
I wanted
comedy.
to be a comedian. I never wanted to be a musician. I just liked piano. Here's a funny story. I used to sneak into the piano. There was called Brant down in Cape Girardeau. Brant Hall was the music hall, and I used to sneak in there all the time by waiting for the janitors to go around for like their 7 o'clock sweep, and I would literally just sit in the bathroom. And if I walked out of the bathroom at the same time the janitors like were doing their final closing stuff, they'd be like, "Oh, he works here," and then I could go play piano all night in the
Oh, no way.
yeah, like
That's
on the
fucking
grand
awesome.
pianos and stuff. And,
Yeah, because
yeah.
those are fucking badass.
Oh, it was sick, so good.
Where did you learn how to play piano? Because I don't remember you playing piano when we were growing up.
I didn't play piano when we were growing up. I took that class in high school that was just like music theory or
Right.
music appreciation. Is that what it's called?
See, I took music appreciation and didn't learn how to play piano.
No, nothing.
Right. I fiddled around and
I
just
played
talked to my
it and I was
friends.
like, well, whatever. I don't have to go take X, Y, or Z other class, and I can do my
Right.
homework in here, and people leave me alone. You know.
Yeah, it
stupid
was a
high
good class for that.
Yeah, it was
like,
a great
doing
class.
other class.
It was a
work.
great class to do the homework you should have done the night before it.
right.
And eventually, I was playing bass guitar all the time, and I loved
I do
bass
remember
guitar.
that.
I loved playing bass guitar, and I still do. But that's just for one project anymore. But I do love playing bass. So eventually, I was in this band, and it just became so dysfunctional. And I was the best I'd ever been at playing bass at the time. I was listening to a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers, a lot of Victor Wooten. I was really like learning how to use like my thumb and stuff. Really
Right. Really perfecting.
like
that instrument.
really like good bass stuff. And my band just became so dysfunctional. It was the first time I ever thought about music, and it just fell apart. And I was like, well, I don't like playing bass by myself all the time.
Right.
So I literally got a piano, and no joke, I looked up the chords to Elton John's song, Your Song, and I saw it was an E flat. I taught myself the scale to E flat, and then I just figured it out from there. And I was very bad at piano for a long time.
That's actually a badass.
It's pretty
story.
cool, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's a fun story. In college, I had a piano for free that somebody was giving away.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, I just wanted a piano at my college house. And they were like, oh, yeah, it's been damaged and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to try to fix as much of it as I can.
Right.
So I'm sure I did everything wrong, but I took like a file sander that you like use for just wood or whatever, and I
Right.
ground down the keys until they worked again. Like the worst thing you could do
Right,
for it.
yeah.
But it played, and like I put together a piano again.
Damn.
in
Was it like
college.
one of those pianos that you see at like school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a junky upright piano. And the guy
Right.
that gave it to me, he was
Are
like,
those junk though? Like, I feel
No.
like that's better than like a plastic keyboard that you.
Oh,
Well, there's some
plastic
badass
keyboards
plastic
are pretty
keyboards.
sick now.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, I liked it, and I learned how a piano worked. I was like, oh, there's 3 little strings, and I
Right.
basically learned that even if you think you're doing something pretty cool, you can kind of ruin and break a piano pretty quick.
Right.
But
Dude, I found. We're talking about pianos in a house one time that I bought. I think I bought it, or somebody had me like clean out a house or something. It might have been one of ours, but I had this piano. It was just in. I had it in my garage for like
Yeah.
ever, but I found it in a house, or I'd come across this piano. It was one of those ones that you
Sure.
get from school.
like just
And,
an upright basic
Yeah, an
piano.
uprighter. Pretty cool. And I was like, I had the opportunity to get rid of it, but I kept telling myself like, I'm gonna do what you did. Like I'm gonna learn how to play this thing. I'm gonna fix it up because it was pretty fucked up. But I never got around to doing it. And then I sold the house that it ended up in.
Sure.
And I remember the last like message that I got from the people that I sold it to was, "Are you coming back for the piano?"
Oh,
And no, I did not go
a
back.
lot
for
of
the
times you get
piano.
them for free. Yeah.
Yeah, so they ended up with it the same way I did.
Nice.
Like so.
That's cool.
And they had kids, so maybe their child is playing piano now.
Who knows? I mean, really, I think I just play them. I don't make them, but unless
Right.
the heartboards on them are really warped, I think you can generally just go with them. I don't know.
Right.
I played mine in my living room that like literally the top was off of it because I would tune it all the time or make little. I was like just repairing a piano. I was like, oh, I
Right.
want to learn how to play piano. I should know how it works. And then eventually I took some basic. I wouldn't even call them lessons. I just asked a couple people to help me out with learning some actual correct playing, and
Right.
then my friend Tim Perry.
Well, a lot of your friends from school were all good musicians. Like
Great
Bruce
musicians.
and Mark. Mark is, Mark
Who?
Hukin. Shout out to Mark Hukin. But he's just like a
Never heard
tremendous
of him.
player of a lot of different instruments.
Yeah, he certainly isn't a cornerstone of all of my success. So
Yeah.
you
So
know,
has Mark been in all of your bands?
yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
we
I
can't
really like Mark.
we can't quit each other no matter how hard we try.
It's a love affair.
There's still time.
That's awesome. No, actually, funny story about Mark Hukin. He took me to my first open mic to do stand up.
Really?
Because like I wanted to do stand up really bad, but I lived out in Sullivan.
I took Mark to his first open mic in Cape.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, that's where I feel like that was kind of like where I really messed up in life, was not leaving Sullivan until I was
I feel like I really messed up just not buying Bitcoin. So like,
well, yeah.
apparently we all blew that.
Yeah. Well,
I do believe I
almost bought
made fun of a
Bitcoin.
friend of mine for it actually in high school.
Dude, I almost bought Bitcoin a bunch of times, like in 2011, 2012, because people were wanting you to pay them in Bitcoin for like illegal stuff.
I thought it was just a way to buy crack on the down low.
Right.
I didn't know.
Like people, I remember when it
I'm
first
kidding.
started to kind
If
of
my grandma was
around.
watching this, I'm kidding. I have never purchased crack. It's always been given to me for free. Anyway.
But like that's how I almost got into it, was because I remember trying to buy stuff online that was illegal.
Sure.
And they were asking for Bitcoin. And so I'm like on the Bitcoin website, like trying to like put my dollars into my hard drive, like how does this work?
Yeah.
And I never could figure out how to actually like buy Bitcoin, because like I was just, even though I grew up in the tech era, I don't know how to fucking work a computer.
I remember when it first crashed, like the first real big Bitcoin
Yeah.
crash. And my mom was just standing there and my dad's watching it on TV with me. And because he's like, you're interested in this kind of thing, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And,
Right.
and he's like, man, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I don't know. It's so different.
Right.
And
What is it?
my mom just goes, apropos of nothing, she's like, oh, yeah, it's so different. The fake money that's not real suddenly isn't worth anything, and just walks out, just
Yeah.
drops the mic, and me and my dad are just standing there, and we're like, wow.
It's no different than anything
my mom
else.
is really smart sometimes.